Hey everyone, it's Ryan here with my Money in the Bank 2021 predictions. It takes place tonight. I was going to do this video on Saturday, but I pretty much took that as a day to relax. Also, as you can see, I'm not wearing my hat. The reason for that is it's currently 30 degrees here. So yeah, it's very, very hot. And if you can hear the fan, I apologise, but I really need it on. Because like even with that, and I've got the windows open and everything, and it's, as you can tell, kind of convenient timing. The problem with living by a main road. But yeah, like I say, even with that, it's still really hot in here. So I'm going to go over my predictions for the match. Also, last night, me and a few friends, we watched Impact Slammiversary. That was a really good show. A lot of surprises in that. A lot of really good matches. But I won't get too much into it. I'm here for WWE Money in the Bank. So, first match on the kickoff show. It was announced on Friday after SmackDown, I think. The Mysterios versus the Usos for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. I'm going to go with the Usos for this one. I know recently Jimmy Uso got arrested for a DUI, but I think they've said they're not going to do anything about it currently because he's part of the biggest storyline they've got going. And if track record is anything to go by, normally when one of the Usos gets in trouble for something like that, they end up winning a tag titles. And I feel like this might be the same because they can do the whole Roman and the Usos all have the gold they're all providing for the family essentially. Then we've got the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. People saying this could potentially be one of the best Money in the Bank ladder matches we could ever have with who we've got in there. So we've got Drew McIntyre, we've got Riddle, we've got Ricochet, we've got John Morrison, we've got Big E, we've got Kevin Owens, we've got Seth Rollins, and we've got King Nakamura. Shinsuke Nakamura, but now he's King Nakamura because he beat Baron Corbin for the crown. Originally I was going to go Drew McIntyre because I feel like the story they would have gone with is maybe at some point Kofi beats Bobby for the title, then Drew cashes in because Drew can't face Bobby for the title as long as he's champion, and you could have used the briefcase as a way around that, and then maybe the heel turn would be Kofi finally wins it and then Drew cashes in on him, sort of similar to Randy Orton against Daniel Bryan in 2013 for SummerSlam. And then I was thinking maybe Kevin Owens would be a good one, but I'm going to go with Big E because I feel like he was definitely sort of like a fan favourite during the Thunderdome era. He's really starting to bring himself back up. He's not in the IC title picture anymore. This could possibly be a step up for him. I know people, for some reason, over several years want this New Day heel turn type thing, like Split, where Big E turns heel on Xavier and Kofi. I personally think this would be a nice step up to him for Roman, probably. But it could also be that he does cash in on Bobby Lashley, and then that brings him back to Raw, and then with the New Day. But I've gone Big E. I feel like I think the thing that benefits as well, there are, I would say, about 4 potential winners from this. Maybe even 5. Like, Riddle's a small shout, Drew's probably one of the bigger ones, Kevin Owens is a possible one, Seth Rollins, especially with his backstage segment with Edge, saying that he could cash in on Edge and finish what he didn't 7 years ago. That's a nice story they could tell there. Big E, like I said, now that he's out the IC title picture, they could probably build him up. The women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Now this one, the booking for it has been very questionable. So the Raw side, they had to compete in tag matches to qualify. So basically, Naomi and Asuka as a team won, and then Alexa and Nikki as a team won. On SmackDown, they all just got announced in. And basically this was because at the time, apart from Bayley and Bianca, there was essentially 3 women on the roster. Natalya and Tamina, after winning the women's tag titles, were pretty much just more on Raw than SmackDown. And then Bayley got injured, and then they moved Carmella out the match into the title match, but on SmackDown, not Money in the Bank, which was weird. And also, the story they were building up was Liv trying to get in there, like Carmella would be announced, Liv would then beat Carmella. Zelina returned, and then was announced, and then Liv beat Zelina. So the story would have been Liv trying to get in there, eventually getting in. But then when they took Carmella out, they just announced Liv in her spot. So it's a bit like, oh, okay, well there goes that story. They then, in a panic when Bayley got injured, they called up Tegan Nox, Shotzi Blackheart. Tony Storm's coming on the SmackDown after Money in the Bank, which is weird. I thought it would have been ideal to put maybe Shotzi and Nox in the Money in the Bank ladder match. Because they've now just announced the other 2 spots are Natalya and Tamina, so the women's tag champs are now going to be fighting each other, because that's not going to come into play sometime afterwards. So yeah, we've got Asuka, Naomi, Alexa Bliss, Nikki Ash, not Nikki Cross anymore, it's Nikki Ash because she's almost a superhero. We've got Zelina, we've got Liv, we've got Natalya, we've got Tamina. I've gone for Nikki Ash for this one because they're trying to build the story of her being an inspiration, basically saying like if you believe in yourself you can make it happen. She's the only one that I could think maybe will benefit. Asuka had it last year. I don't think she needs it again. Alexa's already had it once. I don't think the spooky gimmick's going to work now that fans are back. Naomi, I don't know, she's just floundering essentially. Natalya and Tamina, definitely not. Zelina, I don't think will. Liv, I feel there's going to be a spot where she literally touches the briefcase, like she gets on the thing, people think she's going to win, and then she gets pushed off last minute, and then that's maybe where Nikki comes in and takes the victory. Like, I won't say Nikki's the one to push Liv down, but basically, like, Liv will get close, there'll be a couple of things for a couple of minutes, and then Nikki will be the one that wins. Then we've got Bobby Lashley versus Kofi Kingston for the WWE title. I've got Bobby to retain with this one. Bobby's now essentially told MVP enough of the VIP lounge and the women that walk around with them and all this whole party antics thing. He's like, he's questioning, has he gone soft? Because like Xavier Woods has now beat him in a match. And basically if Xavier was beating him, then there's a good chance Kofi could. Nothing against Xavier's in-ring ability, but obviously of the 3, of the New Day lot, Xavier's kind of represented as like normally the weaker link of the lot, because normally he's the one that normally takes the pinfalls or anything like that. I got Bobby Lashley to retain. This would be him being like ultra serious. It might, worst case scenario, it could be a DQ. Like he just completely obliterates Kofi to the point that the ref just stops it, like holds him in the hurt lock, gets on the rope but he doesn't let go, or he'll hit him with like steps or something, I don't know. We've got Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte again for the Raw Women's Championship. I've got Ripley to retain, make this one a decisive one now that we're in front of fans again, kind of make up for WrestleMania 36. I really hope they don't keep this going anymore because it's been going since pretty much after WrestleMania. I think in a way it's almost delaying the inevitable that Charlotte's going to get the title back at some point. Roman Reigns versus Edge. I almost said Roman Reigns versus Paul Heyman because I blanked it out on my one. So Edge has come back and pretty much wants his one-on-one match with Roman, which he's got. He's been attacking him with the little bit of the chair that he used at WrestleMania. He's been basically applying a crossface with it on both the Usos and Roman, made Roman visibly tap out. I think Roman's still going to retain. I feel like the Usos are going to get involved. They normally do in Roman's matches. They're all really good matches that Roman has, but essentially it does come down to interference and stuff like that. Maybe the Mysterios will try and help out to even the odds, but like I said, I think Roman's going to retain in the end. And then finally, AJ Styles and Omos versus the Viking Raiders for the Raw Tag Team Championships. Question the whole Raw booking thing, where it's been quite bad, especially during the Thunderdome stuff. Maybe afterwards they will pick it up a bit. So basically they won a Battle Royal a few weeks ago to essentially become number 1 contenders. It was then forgotten about, and then AJ Styles was trying to qualify for Money in the Bank, but then the Viking Raiders showed up and distracted Omos, which then distracted AJ, so AJ lost, and then they now blame the Viking Raiders for that, and then basically it sort of led to this thing, and now they're like, right, we want to face you at Money in the Bank, whereas the Viking Raiders can literally go, yeah, we're challenging you for the titles because we've earned it. But I've got AJ and Omos. It's going to be very similar to WrestleMania. AJ probably taking the brunt of the offense from the Viking Raiders. They bring Omos in, he just completely dominates. Maybe AJ then just gets the final pinfall or something afterwards. So yeah, that's my predictions for Money in the Bank 2021. So I've got the Usos, I've got Big E, Nikki Ash, Bobby Lashley, Rhea Ripley, Roman Reigns, and then AJ and Omos. Also with the group that I'm in, I'm taking all the predictions from them, so I'm basically going to be able to make a spreadsheet and all this stuff. So that's going to be fun, but I'm going to have to do that after work. Hopefully I actually do finish at midnight, so I can actually get back in time for the pre-show, sort it all out, and then, yeah, that'll be it. But thank you for watching this video. I will do a... I'll do a Money in the Bank like reactions video afterwards, like basically just what I thought of the show. I think the benefit of watching Slammiversary last night is now I will be awake enough to watch Money in the Bank, because I really had to sort of like stretch out those extra couple of hours to stay up for it. But yeah, it should be a really good show. Money in the Bank should be a lot of fun, because it is one of my favourite concepts they do. The Royal Rumble is always the top one, but I do enjoy the concept of Money in the Bank. And yeah, that'll be it. Thank you for watching this, and I will see you in the next one.